Okay, again, Flight 2, Match 1. This is the American team rounding ahead of the Canadian team, but not by nearly as much as they had at the weather mark. So a rough rounding, probably feathering up to make sure there's no way to get inside of there. But the Canadians are less than a boat length behind at the lure mark and tacking. Americans will probably get the speed, boat on the left, and eventually tack and cover. Down here in the Flight 2 Match 3, this is again the second race for the 105s. Wings is the Canadian boat. Over here in the, once again in the snake pit, which by all rights you should never be in, but evidently the way the wind is blowing today, or the way the racers have let it go, clearly it hasn't been that much of a problem for anybody who gets caught over here. Both boats are backing jibs, trying to maintain their up directly into the wind. Looks like Wings has lost it a bit and is falling off. Upwind, it looks like the Americans have gone to the left, Canadians to the right. Classic metro style. If you do not cover, you cannot expect to stay ahead. So if the American team is wrong, it's a huge mistake. Sorry about that. The action got very close to me. Now Wings got themselves into a good spot and was able to flip-flop on Sanity with a series of tacks and jibes. And now both are locked out of the pin, but Wings has made their move back towards the pin. And Sanity will follow. We'll be somewhere under a minute here. Quite a ways under a minute. There's the start. With a start definitely edging towards Wings, but Sanity has the inside on any kind of left shift. Actually a very even start after all of that. Looking upwind, of course, again, the 120s have kites up and are sailing down. It looks to me that Tama doesn't have a full hoist. That's the blue kite with a white stripe. But they have jibes set and are clearly leading at this point. I believe CC was around first, but didn't jibe. They continued on port tack, and Tama did a jibe set right at the mark. That's how they passed them on the last leg downwind to win match 1. So Tama with a big lead here, based on this wind direction. If they have to jibe and head over to CC, then it could change, but at this point they're going dead downwind by the lee. Looks like they have decent breeze. There might be a little bit of flak off of the 105s. Looks like they might actually end up behind them. So the American boat in the 105s is on the left, that's Sanity. On the right is Wings. Both boats are able to live there. Heck of a job. Both boats. One holding the other one up. Upwind, it looks like, yeah, the American boat that did not cover is behind the Canadians. They did not cover, and they are behind the Canadians at the weather mark. So it looks like it got very deep for Tama. Now they could be in trouble. CC is the leeward boat, has a full kite. Turns out at the weather mark, the Canadians are going to roll the Americans, it looks like. The leeward mark here, Canadian team on Tama Jamma goes wing and wing with the jib and is leading by about half a boat length at the first leeward mark. Upwind's a great catfight where we have the Americans continuing upwind, not allowing the Canadians to set, not allowing them to roll them. So they can set on their own terms. Clean rounding by both 120s. Both matches at this time are basically overlapped here in Flight 2. CC rolls into attack. I expect the Canadians to follow here. They do on Tama Jama. Upwind, the Beneto's American team has the green kite, has gone up. And the Canadian team does not have a kite up, but it looks like it's about to go. There is a bit more maneuverability if you have the jib like the Canadians do. If the Americans don't get that green kite flying, the Canadians have a real chance to roll over them. Right now the Americans maintain on port, as do the Canadians, but they still don't have a kite. Basically they're at the jibe angle right now. They could probably jibe and make the leeward mark.